Hey guys, my name's Mads. I research and write a lot of the product descriptions and English language content for Arm Street, so I thought that today I'd take you through one of my favorite new items that we've released in the past year. It's our women's linen shirt. I thought first I'll talk a little bit about the historical and creative inspiration for it, then I'd show you how we actually make it, because even though it looks like a relatively simple piece, it's actually really interesting. And then last, I'll just talk a little bit about how you can actually style this with your medieval costume or even your modern clothing. The historical inspiration for this piece comes from some of the more embellished necklines that we're going to find in underclothes in the late 15th, early 16th century. It's when you started to get, smocking around the neckline and on the cuffs, where we've put pleats in instead. But more than that historical inspiration, we're actually really interested in that kind of fantasy Renaissance fair aesthetic, the kind of billowing shirts, really soft. We just wanted it to be something that was really comfortable and made whoever's wearing it just feel kind of natural and beautiful. So we kind of leaned into that more than making something that was a perfect historical replica. So while I could just show you close-ups of this shirt and all the beautiful details, I also know that you do have access to our website where you can look at all the great pictures of it. So I thought instead I'd show you something that you don't often get to see, and that's the production of this item. So the production of this shirt is actually technically very advanced. All of the seams on it, they're all perfectly felled flat, so everything just sits really nicely. And there's just an absolutely massive amount of pleats. Give or take, you're probably gonna find about 18 on each cuff and about 60 on the neckline. I know it's something that you wouldn't really think about, but each shirt actually requires about 6 meters of bias binding on top of those pleats to sew them flat. First, we have to sew it into tiny little tubes. And then the hard part is actually turning that inside out. Anyone who's done any sewing knows turning things inside out, the smaller it gets, the more difficult it is. So we actually have a specialized tool that helps us do this. It's little things like this attention to detail, these itty bitty little things that don't really jump out, that really makes this a high quality item. If you're wondering what kind of character would wear a shirt like this, personally, I usually wear it underneath my gambison and armor because I find it makes a really good base layer, and then when I take those garments off, I still have a nice looking shirt tucked into my 15th century joint hose, which I think looks pretty great. But what has always surprised me about this garment is just how incredibly versatile it is. I can see anyone from a peasant to a princess wearing it. If you want it to look just a little bit more fancy, we also have it available in white linen, which does look a bit more crisp and just brings it up a class. But really, I think that the secret superpower of this shirt lies in the fact that it can also be a chemise. Especially in the summer, when you don't necessarily want to wear a full-length underdress, just put this shirt on. It's still gonna give you a layer on your arms and protect your overdress from sweat, but it's not going to bulk up around your knees or be too hot like a full-length underdress might be. And the last little trick with this shirt is it also looks great with modern clothing. I find that because of the billowy silhouette of it, you're probably going to want to pair it with either something that brings you in at the waist, such as a tighter pair of leggings or jeans, but really it does have that little bit of timelessness to it that makes it fit into a modern wardrobe. Thanks guys for watching. I hope you love this shirt as much as I do. And if you already own this shirt, I'd love to see how you style it and how you incorporate it into your costume. If you have any questions about it, let me know, leave a comment, send us a message, anything like that. And see you next time.